Hello guys, and welcome back to Joe's Ventures, and today we're doing part 14, I believe, of Megaquarium, Freshwater Frenzy. And we're finally getting, this is going to be the second to last episode, hopefully. I want to give you a little update. I've been playing a little bit, just getting, unlocking what I can. And we have actually got two, so you can see one there, one in here, I think. Here, we've got two yellow Discus. So we're on our way of, we've got two new patterns, now we just need to mix and match them and kind of just wait. That's kind of just the waiting game with this. But it's been fun so far, it's cool to look and manage them and stuff. Let me just make sure they all look happy and healthy. But we have got another sponsored exhibit, look at this. Amazonian Giants. So, greetings, my name is Rufus Hall. I've been watching your progress for some time and I'd like to work with you to build a new exhibit. The theme of this exhibit is Amazonian Giants. You can find all the details below. So the theme is Giants of the Amazon, or Amazonian Giants of course. And it looks like we have to unlock the green Anaconda, unlock the Arapaima, unlock the island beach tank. We've already done those. Now we just need to build the tank for the both and make sure their requirements are met. And then we'll be grown. So yeah, let's first, before we sort that out, we'll have a look at what's happened. Oh, natural causes, so that's good. Crocodile eggs, structure report. I still have to sort those guys out. Okay. We'll have to sort these guys out. We'll have to quickly go through. Make sure everyone's happy. Have to put another log in there. Happy fish, no problemish. I know some of them are hungry, but that's just because we haven't got it. I like these guys here. Paku and redtails go perfect in a tank like that, if it's that huge. But we need an island beach tank, so let's fix these guys up and then we'll get sorted in our mission. Yeah. Okay, let's go. Okay. Amazonian Giants. 10,000 reward and 300 base prestige and 10,000 after. I could use the cash. Let's do it. So look, we've already done most of it. So we just need to build the tank. So let's start with getting it ready for these guys. Ooh. Remember, we've got to have the manatees as well, so that'll be worth a big expansion this way. And then we can put our island tank. Let's have a looky though. We'll pause it so we don't have any other issues with the animals. So let's get ourselves a nice big tank. We want the island beach tank. That's pretty enormous. Is that as big as it goes? Looks like it. So it's a pretty big tank. So let's make sure it's all filtered right. Well, it needs acidic. I'm pretty sure Arapaima needs acidic. Let's check. Arapaima. Green Anaconda doesn't matter. This guy needs acidic. So we could technically connect it onto these guys here. But I'd have to obviously connect these guys together as well. I won't bother about it too much. We'll just get our Arapaima in. Oh, we need to also fix that up. There we go. Any further? And we'll talk about our Anaconda first, and then we'll talk about the Arapaima. So we'll put the Anaconda in first. That'll be interesting. Where's these guys? There they are. Okay, so let's put in the first boy. Look at this cutie. I like this cutie. You're gonna grow up soon. So, the green anaconda, everyone's big and favorite snake, also known as the giant anaconda, the common anaconda, or Zakuri, is a boa species from South America and is the heaviest snake in the world and one of the longest. The only snakes that are longer really are the reticulated python, but these guys are built a lot heavier. So these guys are found around South America, they can get very long. They can get up to... The longest recorded snake was 5.21 meters long, or 17.1 feet long. And the males, this was a big female. Most females get about 5 meters, adult females, and males get about 4.6 or 15 feet long. But females are generally much bigger. They usually weigh between 30 and 70 kilos, and the largest recorded one was 97.5 kilos, so almost 100 kilos. So that's a pretty big animal, especially for like the average person to hold. So you got to be, if people own them, people can get these and own these as pets. They're going to be very careful with. You have to have someone with you. So that was the largest recorded anaconda. Was about 5.21 and 97.5 kilos. There was actually a reward put out, I think, about US $50,000 for anyone who could catch an anaconda that was 30 foot long, or 9.1 meters. And it looks like no one's really came up on that yet, so we might have caught some of the larger individuals. But there may have been larger individuals before a lot of deforestation, a lot of poaching happened, but those are probably so deep in the Amazon or protected, we just haven't found them yet, though there is potential for really huge snakes. So there's a lot of like different things about maximal size and such, because it's something that gets contentious. We talk about some of the largest estimates have been like put around that. Pretty cool guys. I really like these guys. And these guys are nocturnal, and they spend most of their lives in the water. You think they're famous for like eating caimans, capybara, but they primarily feed on a lot of fish, so they kind of really just eat whatever they can find, but they usually mainly eat fish. It's the same sort of thing with like Titanoboa. People think, oh, they eat tapirs and deer and capybaras and caimans, but that's not very common prey. They usually eat fish as their main common prey. And turtles and such. And they have been observed eating each other. And reproduction. What's really cool about these guys is that when they mate, the males will cause like mate balls where they climb in around on her and try and get their chance to fertilize her eggs. And then I'm pretty sure they give live birth. Yeah. But oviviparous, where they give birth to live young, yeah. And these are big litters. They can be like 20 to 40 individuals, and then like as many as 100 can be produced. And they lose a lot of weight. And these little guys are so cute when they're born. They get about 80 centimeters long, which is still pretty huge, 70, 80 centimeters, and have no parental care. They pretty much just run off and hide when they can, but they are often fell prey to other species just because they're so small. And if they survive, they grow rapidly until they reach sexual maturity in the first few years of life, and then they just continue growing. And it actually was found that facultative parthenogenesis, which is breeding without a male, so you kind of just have a female giving birth to a clone. Apparently in August 2014 in the West Midlands Safari Park, had only a female green anaconda, which was kept with another green female, and through parthenogenesis gave birth to 3 young. So the thing is that often they still need like copulation mimic, like even whiptail lizards, they still need like copulation to mimic the act of getting it on, but then they'll give birth to babies that are just clones of themselves, which is pretty cool. We've seen it Komodo dragons. There's a species of lizards, as I mentioned, like whiptail lizards, that only give birth through parthenogenesis. And the really interesting about these guys is that, along with Burmese pythons and reticulated pythons, they often thought, oh, they're man-eaters, but they don't eat humans. Often, as I said, they like to eat fish, but these guys aren't quite as long as reticulateds, but they're quite a bit heavier. They're almost 100 kilos. I wouldn't be surprised if a 100 kilo individual existed in one point or another. It's pretty damn cool. So let's make sure she's happy. First we need to... Let's put the Arapaima in as well, and we can talk about the Arapaima when we finish up these requirements. Okay, so we need to put 15. Let's put some giant water lilies. That's pretty cool. We got that sorted. 11. I love Arapaimas. They're some of my favorite fish. That's a bit too tall. Might have to... then let's see what else we can get at. Water temperature's too low, and then the acidity needs to go up. Okay, we can sort that out quickly. Let's go put that and expand this out here. We can do it. We can do it. Let me just, I'll quickly just close my door. I'll be right back. There we are. We got that, so let's carry on with this. We got our things sorted, and then we will extend this. Watch this. Some of these tanks being so completely like around doesn't really help too much. Another door in there as well. I'm gonna put a big pump. To be fair, we could connect. Let's see how this goes. We could connect that to this tank, or not close enough, I think. We'll get a little closer. And what we could do is just connect these up to put another power pump. We're doing the big brain stuff today. Though we could just connect these both. Now what I think we'll do is we'll connect these guys, because these guys all need acidic, so we'll connect them all here. So what we'll do is put that there, and then we'll put a little one for these guys so they don't have to be connected to here. I don't want them connected to here, honestly. Don't worry, we'll sort that. We'll sort it, don't worry. That's why I've got it paused. Just thinking about how I gotta go about this. Let's see, put Mega Arrow machine, of course. And then, okay, temperature's too low. Okay, that's not too bad. Might have to change it up as they grow up, but it is what it is. And we'll have a little power pump over here. Another filter, another row machine. Because these guys are breeding, and I want to make sure these guys are as happy as possible. Okay, so everyone's happy. Let's see how that goes. 8, 11. I have to put another one in there. Let's see, everyone's happy. Okay, that's good. So now we can talk about the Arapaima. The Arapaima clearly like swimming more than the Anaconda, and I like Arapaimas. So Arapaimas are a large species of bony tongue fish. Look at this guy here. It's kind of sad. Honestly, I think if after I've done this challenge, I might move them into separate tanks, because I want to have a good look at this guy flying, swimming up. Like, that'd be pretty cool. So these guys are also very big. They're found in the Amazon. They are among the largest freshwater fish in the world. They can get as much as 3 meters long, and are very important food fish, but have declined a lot due to overfishing and habitat loss. And have been introduced to several places and considered invasive species within South America, which is kind of weird. So some areas they're declining, some areas they're invasive. So it seems like the easiest idea would be like, okay, let's just take the invasive ones and put them somewhere else. But anyway, these are very cool guys. There's up to 5 species. This one, I believe, is probably just the giant Arapaima or Gigas. There's different species though, that's pretty cool. These guys get pretty huge, over 100 kilos. The maximum weight of a specimen was 200 kilos, or 440 pounds. The longest recorded specimen being a little over 3 meters. And there has been anecdotal evidence of specimens getting up to 4.57 meters, but obviously that can be hearsay. And they're very interesting because they have these like mineralized hard outer layer of like these scales that make them really cool, like collagen fibers. It's like plywood almost. And they also have, believe it or not, since sometimes in the Amazon there's not as much oxygen in the water, they can actually have a modified swim bladder so they can like breathe air like us. So they can both filter oxygen through the water and breathe air because they come up to the surface and breathe. So these guys really just feed on whatever. They can feed on fish, crustaceans, insects, small land animals that walk. And as I mentioned, air breather. And yeah, these guys are pretty cool. They like wetlands as well, since they can like come up to the surface and watch around for fish. They just eat whatever they can, really. And the thing about their life cycles also, it's generated by flooding. So what happens is they lay their eggs where the water is low and all beginning to rise, and then as they hatch as like in the wet season. So. And then they hang out these muddy areas, and then they kind of prosper when they spawn nearly. And breeding, these guys are a mouth brooder. So that means the young are protected in the mouth until they're older, and the female Arapaima helps protect the male and young by circling and fending off potential predators. And there's fossils of these guys found in the Miocene of Colombia and all that, and obviously very fished a lot for their scales, like they're considered delicacy as well with the food, and often their tongue is considered like medical qualities, almost like rhino horn. And that's another thing. And there's a bit of aquaculture going on. At least conservation's going okay for them. They have been extirpated about 19% of their range, and are listed as data deficient just because the area is so large and we don't know the population, but they could potentially be in trouble, so people need to get on that and look at them. Look at these pretty cool guys. Let's stop for a moment and just check. I love these Arapaimas. I might have to get like another one. Ana's leveled up. Cool. Sure, everyone's happy and healthy. I don't mind if they die. They don't really affect my prestige. Let's put another Arapaima in there. Okay, so yeah, I think I'm definitely going to move into a new tank after this. Let me just get a pair. I'm going to get a pair of each. So let me get another Anaconda. (13 plus 13). Oh, okay, so I can only have one. That kind of sucks. Another Arapaima. What do they get? Pissy. Oh, okay, I see. Needs a lot of stuff, doesn't it? Oh, yeah. So that's pretty cool. We have a pair of Arapaimas. Look at them go. Look at this beautiful snake. Ooh, swims in the water. What's he doing? Sniggle up. Look at that, that's cute. See Arapaima's hanging out over here. Clearly not having any problems. How big do these Arapaima get? I'm curious. Someone's filled up. Do you know what? Let's check on our Discus quickly. Let's see how they're doing. The yellow Discus. Yellow Discus. I haven't bred yet. Yeah, they've spawned. They haven't spawned yet. Oh, look at that cute guy. So cute. Let's see if I can add it. Can I add any plants onto land? No. I need to get some land plants. Ooh, ooh. Now that's weird. That's a bug. Is it the Discus over here? I'm going to have a look at them. It's a nice tank though. Kind of wish it was a little deeper though. I'm not a big fan of these kind of tanks. I like the ones that you get like pretty much at eye level so you can look at the fish. Let's check if any problems. Yeah. They're not having any problems feeding them, so that's good. So I think now we can work on... Oh, need to cover that up. Put another little door there. So how long does it take for them to get fully grown? Let's see how big they get and how long it takes for them to fully grown. 90 and 40. Okay, so 190 and 90 is 100. No, 9 plus 9. 18, so that'd be 180. And then, yeah, should be plenty for both of them. That's good. Quick maths in my head! This is why calculators are great. And now I think while we're waiting for them to grow up, let's see how quick or slow it takes for them to grow up. 6 days, so shouldn't be a problem. Let's get ourselves some American paddlefish, because these guys are cool. Where are they? Let's just check our guys first. Oh, natural causes. It's always natural causes with these guys. But as long as we're persistent, that's the thing. This game just wants you to be persistent. And then let's expand this a little bit. I think it should be enough for the paddlefish. How big do paddlefish get? They need a circular tank. Okay, so 4x4, 40. 12 days to grow up. Okay. Let's get these guys sorted. I feel like it's injustice if I don't give them like all out there. What's the biggest curved tank I have? Chicago tank, internal. I'll get them a Chicago tank. It actually kind of works perfectly, if I'm gonna be honest. And we can add that there. And then that could be for our manatees. There we are. So let's get ourselves our American paddlefish. Oh, do they require acidic? Or are they neutral? I like neutral water. That actually helps me a lot, so I just need the filters. And then heaters. And then what we'll do is add mega nitrate filter. Midas shrimp. So we have to feed a bunch of those. So let's give our Midas shrimp. I have a feeling we're going to need some of that. Zach leveled up. Looks like we got a lot of people coming up on the 10s, so that's really helpful. These anacondas, these piranhas are breeding like mad. Sell some, but anyway, we're really starting to breed up with I noticed these angelfish. We got some really interesting color morphs coming. Oh, damn it, that's not fun. It's a pretty bad bug. It's the only really bad bug I've been getting. We'll have to decorate that tank soon. I think it'll be kind of a waste not to. Because American paddlefish are pretty cool. So look, we got that blushing one. We've got a black one. So we just got a black one. This one's marbled. So we're really getting a... we've got another blushing one. So we've got a really good variety of angelfish coming. So that's pretty cool. I like these guys. How big do they grow again? Let's check how big they grow. We can do the maths. I'll probably even use my phone, which I didn't use the time because I'm a silly boy. Wait, is it in my pocket? No. No, whatever, I can just do it on my iPad or whatever. So let's check on the time sizes. 40. And this is 450. These numbers are a bit too big for my head, so I'm going to do it in so that's 40 by 450 divided by 11, so we could have 11. Let's put 11. Why not? You can never have too many paddlefish. Now these guys are cool. So this is the second last animal that we get to see, new animal in this pack before we get to have a look at our manatees. And these guys are cool. I like paddlefish. Let's see. Do you need... No, you don't need anything. But I'm gonna give you something anyway. Just as long as you have enough free space. Just because it's like a big empty tank like that. It just looks kind of weird. How about... And some reeds. Snake grass or... No. It's a bit too tropical. Try... No, not... No, that... No. I get some snake grass, put around. As long as they have a 4, then they're good. Just haven't been fed, okay. So that looks good. I think that looks nice. So now we can talk about American paddlefish. Now these guys are cool. These are a very basal ray-finned fish that are related to sturgeons. And there's fossils of these guys going back to the early Cretaceous. So these guys were around when T-Rex was around, so that's pretty cool. A lot before T-Rex, actually. So there's 2 species of paddlefish. There is the American paddlefish and the Chinese paddlefish, which lived in the Yangtze, in a very similar situation to the Baiji with pollution and stuff. It's very likely extinct, but it's been declared extinct, I think, just last year. But it could not be. It's very rare, if not extinct. So it's a very, very cool guy. The American paddlefish is often referred to as like a primitive fish or a relic species because it has a lot of like early ancestral traits. Like its skeleton is almost completely cartilage and has this really nice paddle rostrum, and has been referred to as a freshwater shark, but is actually a very, very highly derived fish, which has evolved to filter feed. So they have these very weird paddles. Often in captivity, they can look quite damaged just because of walls, and often soft, hard walls not really often a thing in the wild. Most of these guys are happy. So these guys are found in the Mississippi River, and the Chinese ones are found in the Yangtze, or at least were found. So these guys can be found in large free-flowing rivers, oxbow lakes around the Mississippi River basin, and they do occur in the Great Lakes. They used to until about 90 years ago, and their populations have declined quite a bit because of poaching and overfishing and habitat destruction. But they tend to be doing a little bit better now, by the looks of it. And these guys are pretty big. They get to about 1.5 meters long and weigh about 27 kilos, and will live for about 30 years, believe it or not. But the median age is about 5 to 8 years old, and the maximum age is 14 to 18 for the median age. So these guys are filter feeders, as I mentioned. They feed primarily on zooplankton and things like that. And they have these... I wonder if they have anyone open their mouths. They open their mouths, kind of like a basking shark. They kind of just filter feed. They're very interesting. And they also have very undeveloped eyes. And they have electroreception, apparently. That means they are able to detect kind of the nerves and stuff. They use electroreception rather than their sight. It's pretty cool. Look at these guys, I just love them. They're pretty cool guys. So these guys live in open water. They don't spawn until they're about 7 to 10 years old, and some as late as 16 to 18 years old. And females do not spawn every year, and they spawn every 2nd to 3rd year, so they're very slow breeders. And they go upstream to migrate during the early spring and sometimes or late fall. And they find these silt-free gravel bottoms very shallow water where they often come and spawn. So that's pretty cool. If the conditions are right, then they'll spawn. So it's very, very particular. But I love these guys. These are so cool. And they're very poor swimmers when they're young, and they tend to be very susceptible to predation. But like once they get past that first year, they're kind of pretty much guaranteed to survive. So that's pretty good. And they're also highly dependent on food abundance and all that. And pretty cool. They can even crossbreed with Russian sturgeons, which is weird. And this was only just found out last year and revealed in a paper, so that's really weird. So they live in rivers across the United States, mostly about the Mississippi Valley and all that. And yeah, often very, very subject to poaching because of like, even with just being slow breeders and people wanting to eat them and all that. Sport fishing as well, habitat destruction, poaching and zebra mussels are both really big issues. So their class is vulnerable and could really be on the decline in the future unless they're properly protected. Which it seems to be for the American paddlefish, but the Chinese one is very likely extinct, sadly, which is very sad. But it could be still around. Kind of the same similar situation with the Baiju. Only just declared extinct last year, so it's very possible that there could be some small relics out there. So yeah, still a very cool guy. I like it. So let's take a break and look at all these. Ooh. We've got a big Arapaima now. They're bred. So everyone's growing up. Let's see if our Anaconda's grown. So we just gotta wait for the moment now. Let's see if how are these guys doing. They're doing more than okay. So that's great. Let's look at the size difference. That's a big boy. That's a big boy. Arapaima 2 has grown 25. So just gotta wait for them to grow right now. So how let's check back on how they grow. So these guys 10 days grow to 40 after 24 days, so that's another 14 days. So these guys will be in so you just gotta wait really. How big these guys are. I think these are the second biggest animals in the game after, well not in the game, but in the pack after the manatee. I think the manatee is about 90 as well. So they're similar sizes. Cool. There's just the Amazonian manatee. That would have been a cool addition. The regular manatees or American manatees are still just as good. Because manatees are the best boys, and we'll have a whole episode dedicated to them and breeding them. Because who doesn't like baby manatees? I clearly don't. Not like them, because they're wonderful and incredible little creatures. Well, as you can see, the mouth open. It's a pog. It's a paddlefish pog. Oh, where is it? They're managing to feed them correctly. Oh, oh, some of them are getting hungry. Yeah. Oh. Get that high priority. Ding, 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 ding. Put some of the level up. Oh, we got grown into a discus, so that means nothing special about it. That's not good. Ooh, we got a blue discus. Now that's cool. I haven't seen a blue discus. That's awesome that it happened in the video. So let's get rid of this one. Let's have a look at that. Whoa, that's so cool. Oh, that is awesome. So we got yellow and blue. So now if we just keep letting them breed. Keep letting them breed. Let's see. There we are, 3 different. Come up with different patterns. So if we can like mix marbled and stuff, that'll be so cool. Yellow. See, we just got to keep on top of these guys. That seems to be the thing. Hope these guys are okay. Autopsy. Okay, so just need to keep going. And then once I got these guys going, we can go Manatee time, which is the best. Manatee time is the best time. Come on, feed my paddlefish. Not having stuff? Not quite yet. So we gotta make sure everyone's as high as possible. What are you doing? You're doing 6, so you're not gonna help. Come on. Oh, you're not too bad. No live Midas shrimp. Oh, that's so wow. These guys are clearly very needy. It's interesting. I can't really get them in there. None of them died. No, they haven't died yet. They're just not the happiest they could be. Someone's gonna get that. I like seeing these eggs. I like the eggs. Happy boys. Someone's on that mission. At least you're level 10, so that'll help a lot. Just want to see how he compares and gets this. Because he's level 10, of course. Might just be physically impossible for them to do it in like a day. Let's see. Let's see what other ones we get. Fixing 8. Hunger. Oh no. I guess we'll just have to let them weed themselves out. Kind of sucks. I thought they'd been a little bit easier to keep. So we just need more patterns. Like, we have plenty of... We have the colors now. So we have a... One... we have red discus, blue discus, yellow discus. Other way around. One discus, two discus, red discus, blue discus. Look at these happy boys. I just like the blue one. It looks really nice. Like really weirdly, like, ethereal. I really do like that. Let's see if you can get on top of it now. If I put another platform up. It's high priority. We want happy fishies. Okay, so these destruction report fishes can get annoying, but not in like a bad way. Just you have to constantly keep on top of it. We're getting a lot of upgrades. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So you could potentially put 2 in there and see how they go. Now that we got a little bit better organized. So these guys both like roach. Let's see how many they put in one time. 65. $75. I can imagine why they're so hard to feed, just because they're so filter feeders. So now we just need to wait for these guys to grow up. Isaac's level up. Isla, not Isaac. We got lots of money, we're making bank. It's because we're not spending as much as we should, probably. It's good. Money ain't no thing. Oh, we got a big paddlefish. There as well. Might need to sell some of those. Oh, you missed out. And they need a feed. I don't want to lose mine. Put that as high priority. Since you guys are my breeders. Ooh. That was a click on my ankle. That was pretty... wow. Let's get it, let's get it. $102. So 185, okay. See if we can get it. Still get auto feeders? I'm sure I can. It's Uber auto feeder. It's a mod thing. Don't really want to use that. Oh, they're doing okay. Okay, so you can keep them all, you just need to make sure you're well organized. Not be like me and just throw F at it, you know? Another grow on paddlefish. All requirements met. Let's see. We just need to keep them breeding. Once we finish, I think what we'll do is we'll wait till these guys are fully grown, and then what we'll do is end the episode, and I'll kind of go in my own time and just breed and see how they go, because I'm committed to that. And then once I get the manatees, we can play along and get them. See what other fish we can get then. I think we get turtles now. Oh. You can get turtles. You can see turtles, skates, bonnet heads. I don't really want to add too many. But we will in... well, we'll see. We'll see, we'll see. I saw that crocodile. You just is like a round flip. What the heck was that? We got plenty of crocs in here. Clearly not having any problemos. Let's see what we got going. What's up with you guys? Oh, you need to be fed. Of course you do. Boom, 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 boom. This is a chunk I haven't had to tick in a while. I think that's a good mix though, I like these little guys. Ooh. Convict cichlids with the panther crabs. There's the killfish. There they are. Very small. Cool. I just like the modding capabilities of this game. This is pretty cool modding capabilities. I'm not seeing any direct issues. Everyone's kind of happy, other than the feeding. That's good. That's fine. My boy's on it. Maybe just because I got a bit older. That could be the issue. Yeah. That's a report I haven't got in a while. You guys happy? You guys still happy? Make sure everyone's getting leveled up. There are like dozens of level 10 people. That would be awesome. Look at these guys. I just like gushing over these Arapaima. They're pretty cool. Let's check how many days they got. One day. How about you? 5 days. So the Arapaima should be grown tomorrow, and then the Anaconda's still got a couple more days till they're fully grown. Look at our big girl here. Then I might move the Arapaimas in their own tank. I think that'd be a good idea. Because I want to see them swimming up like that. An adult, they get to 90, don't they? Adult, they get to 90. Yeah, they're adults, so now they're 90. Oh, no, that's not what I wanted. That's okay. Make sure feeding's always a priority. So let's... So now that we've got one grown Arapaima. So that's pretty big. Huge, in fact. So it's 90. So 90 plus 90 is 180. So you could probably fit them in one of these sort of tanks. Just wondering if they have the coverage. That's how much they need. And we didn't need the 3x3. Probably have to make another Chicago tank or something for him, or just get a big one as possible. Let's see what I could. I don't know. I think it's a small tunnel, large tunnel. Small tunnel's 240. That'll work. So let's see how big that gets max. Nah, that seems way too small. Considering what these guys are like. It's just so enormous. Is the other one grown? They're bred. Awesome. Let's get rid of some of these eggs. You guys are breeding too much. Okay, let's check any problems. Paddlefish, yeah, they're having a bit of a rough time with it. What's up with these guys? They're not being fed. Let's look at you guys. Oh, temperature, okay. Had to do that. So we've got 4 more days until we get our Anaconda growing up. So you can't physically have more than one in there, so because they have a 13. And the tank is 24. Well, if you made it 12, you could like breed 2 and then breed them, so that would be cool, but looks like that's not possible. Which is a little bit of a sucky. Not very epic. I deem that not epic. Oh, yeah, number 10. So we've got plenty of people that are level 10 now, so not as many issues. It's only these guys that are really having trouble. By the looks of it, yeah. Get the horse check. Yeah, you're not getting fed. Maybe I just need to make them a priority. What are you, level 10? Yeah, you just feed him up. Maybe what I should do is he has to go all the way over there. Just put one close to him. You just would have thought. That's so intelligent. I'm so incredible. No. Herring. You know what you've been hearing, but... So they're still breeding, that's great. Okay, the prestige is still getting hurt a little bit. Look at these big boys. We've got one big boy. We've got another one coming. 3 days until the second one's fully grown. And how many's... It kind of got 2 days. So they have 1 day, one's grown and the other's grown. So that works out well. That works out very well. Just thinking I should make a tank for these guys. Just test it out on the size here. Let's see if I can physically fit them in there. I don't think I can. So yeah, you can't physically fit them in something like that. I have to move you back. Still phasing out the walls. Discus are breeding, having no problems. That's good. Need to make sure they get something interesting for me. That's the only issue. Well, that worked out perfectly, that random glitch. So let's see. These guys are bred. No, not by the looks of it. These guys are bred. Yes. These guys are bred, yes. And are the guys bred? Yes. So all the less interesting ones are bred. Just need to get more color morphs, that's the thing. Then we can like really start to play around and experiment. The other one fully grown yet? $2 days. 1 day. So tomorrow this guy should be fully grown and we'll get the achievement and base prestige and all that. Which will be pretty epic, not gonna lie. And then I'll make these guys a new tank. I feel like they need a new tank. It's just, I don't feel justified putting them in something like that. Even though all that enclosure space is going to one snake, it's just, it's a video game. I'm not going to worry too much. So it looks like fully grown. Oh, look at you. You're a biggin. Look at you. You really are a biggin. It makes me feel a little less weird about giving it such a big enclosure. That works. So what, I want something that's big enough. It's not like a weird shape. Okay. We're so grateful to see these wonderful creatures cared for right through adulthood. It's a rare sight, and I'm sure you guys will love it. Cool. So we've got a lot of prestige going. Maybe put a large tank. I feel like that could be big enough. Let's check. No, that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for... So you guys happy? Or happy-ish? So the enclosure's fine. Okay, maybe what we could do is... Maybe even like... I kind of wish you could just turn it like on the side a bit, but... I guess I'm kind of stuck with this one. Maybe... Watch me move this. I'm big brain. Big brain here today. Look at that. Now that's kind of... I actually really like that. They look like pretty happy fishies. Now that's cool. I want to do the same for the manatee now. I think that would be cool. I like this. We got one clear side. That's awesome. Maybe if I move these a couple of these ones to the other side so it doesn't just look... So the other side doesn't look so empty. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that works. Yeah, so it just doesn't look so empty. I think that works out perfectly. Very intelligent. Or, then I'll move one of these. Ooh. My snake's having a little bit of an issue. That's okay. Snake was feeling a little bit neglected, I think. We'll get like ourselves a little pump so we can connect them both. Just still need another heater, so that works out well. Surprised it doesn't need like a UVB. A slightly better filter, I think. What's wrong with you? Not kept in acidic water. What do you mean it's not kept in acidic water? Oh, it just needs a little bit more acidity. Don't need that, I don't think. Get another Mega Arrow machine. There we are. Now that worked out perfectly. I'm very happy with that. Discus fry. Put you as a priority. And so we've made some major progress. We've done it. And you see a happy adult Anaconda there chilling. Now that's cool, I like that. Walk through and see two big giant Arapaima. I want to do the same for the Manatees as well. That'd be too cool not to. Because who doesn't love Manatees? And Manatees are very interactive. They're like people. See what other things we can add. I think that's probably about it for a good today's episode. I might... So other species... there's only a couple other species I unlocked. I think I unlocked tropical fresh saltwater, coral, eagle rays, green sea turtles. Yeah, not too much in the other ways. So I could either do that. I'll do that in my own time, along with breeding these cichlids. So I think that's a very good idea. Let me just check these before we go. Check this. Been breeding these cichlids like crazy. Okay, so I think that's a perfect place to end it. So that's good. So we just need to get. So look, we're almost there. We just need to get that rank up and some more patterns. So I really hope you guys enjoy this video, guys. Like and subscribe. Always remember to click that little bell icon on the bottom there to make sure you're always notified when I upload anything. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys like and subscribe, and bye bye.